It's C-Doc again.
Well, yes, y'all. It is another Tuesday night. And it's C-Doc again. I am your host, C-Doc, of It's C-Doc Again fame. I'm also the president of the Spit Slam record label group. And a producer, filmmaker. Wear a lot of hats, including this one, this 45 King hat. Shout out to the homie, the Stromy, 45 King. And this is our show. It's C-Doc again. I'm rambling. All right, enough of that. So let's bring on our co-host for the evening. Our lady from the heyday of K-Day, hailing from the West Side, Jennifer O. Jenny. Hi, Jen.
Hey.
How are you?
What's cracking?
Hi. Obviously, I got so, last minute getting ready to start the show, Ultra Mag in the house, that I've just totally blanked. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I had all this stuff ready to say, and I just totally blew it.
God.
Capiche?
I get it.
Yep.
I'm right there with you.
So, Ultra Mag in the house, who's going to be one of our upcoming guests. And
Knack.
I like how Knackworth is in the chat. And he's going to be on the show here in a minute.
Right.
So, our other co-host this evening, special guest co-host this evening, enemy board trooper friend of mine from way back. You can call him Al, but I call him Knack. There's Knackwurst.
Oh, who's that guy?
Yeah, with the juice,
Wow.
the juice thing going on.
And he didn't show up with a pipe either.
No, he's got.
I got.
Ah!
That's Blue Diamond Phyllis.
That is fantastic. Blue Diamond Phillips. That is fantastic.
What up, Doc?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm just, chilling outside, a little chilly.
Yep. In New York. Yeah.
Yeah,
with the homies.
I'm actually it's nice and cool in Los Angeles right now.
Oh, that's good. It was nice. It was nice here in PA today. It warmed up a little bit. Of course, it's freezing now. I'm freezing my ass off, but it's all good. Got some stuff to get into before our guest comes on, and before we're doing another segment tonight, which is why Knack is here. We're doing what did we call it?
Ain't nothing but a word to me.
Ain't nothing but a word to me. Yeah, where we talk about edited versions of hip hop songs that are drastically different than the originals.
That are NSF. Whatever.
Yeah, more fun than the average one with the beeps and.
Yeah, and I was very surprised. Jen's wrecking her house. I was actually very surprised at tonight's selection. The mix. It's a totally different mix.
Right. Yeah. So might as well bring this up here. We're going to talk about the Juice soundtrack, but actually, not the Juice soundtrack. Something I forgot about until tonight, actually. It's actually Juice Selections from the Motion Picture, an entirely different title for the clean version.
Right.
The Juice soundtrack. It's actually really hard to find right now, particularly on CD, but I originally bought it on cassette. Another one of those Geneseo Walmart gotcha purchases, because they had the Juice soundtrack as far as I knew.
Right.
It's actually a different color font. It's green and not red, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't know that yet. I didn't have the internet to look at it or anything. And it was either another friend's tape or me seeing it in a store, like a real store.
Right.
That I realized. Well, actually, I think I realized when I first listened to it, because I think 9 out of the 15 tracks are censored. A couple of songs we already knew, right? So they're clearly the edited versions of them.
Right.
But the track we're going to talk about tonight is not just an edited version. It's a re-recorded version, which guys like you and me really appreciate. Those
exactly.
Those other recordings for edited, edited versions of albums, not necessarily just straight censored. So
Yeah.
this one's fun because it has a different beat.
Yeah.
Might I just say, Knackwurst, a graduate of the Double D, how to use a green screen.
Yes.
Cool.
We were just talking about that before he came on. Yep.
And to always be drinking a nice hams maybe when you're streaming talking about hip hop.
Double D was the first person to do that.
That's right. We were just talking about that episode. Beautiful. Yeah. And that record is something I wish I had.
Oh, you gotta.
You
You don't
wish
have
you had
one. We gotta
this?
get that. Oh
No,
yeah, you need that.
For good money in stores. I don't have a copy.
Really? It's going for good money at the stores?
Wait, I might be confusing it with something else, actually. But I don't have it. I don't.
No, that's it. That's the one that my partner Chris Nab and I put out.
That's a craft game.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have that. But that's
The green joint.
Ooh, I do like colored vinyl. I'm a sucker for that.
It's dope.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I think I'm number 2 to use the green screen or the virtual background. Right. Me and my friends here. Yeah.
So, before we get into that, before we
Go
get
ahead.
into the song, couple of bits of news. If you're in the know, there's a new Stetsasonic single out.
Yes,
A Bandcamp CD maxi single exclusive. If you want to get the CD, check out spitslamrecords.com or go to their Bandcamp and you can support Stet directly. The Fallen Soldiers, and the video is on Channel Zero as well
And
on the YouTube.
Can we just say this sucker has
Yes, it does.
legs?
Some serious music there. But yeah, check it out. It's a great song. The remixes are fantastic on the maxi single. It's good stuff. Over the weekend, we celebrated the 1-year anniversary of a release that's very near and dear to my heart, which is my group, The Impossibles, our No Other Way compilation album. And to celebrate that, also on Channel Zero, we released a long gestating video for a song called 5x5. It's Marcus, Jay, and I trading verses, and
it's awesome.
Thank you. And also the video co-stars Chuck D. If you want to check that out, 5 Chuck D's actually.
5 of Chuck, yeah.
Yeah. 5 Chuck D's, 5 Marcus J's, 5 C-Docs. Yeah, more C-Doc than you could handle. So
no concept, and it's pulled off well. I mean, for a great song that I've been hearing for a while now, right?
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. That one. Yep. Shout out, Mara.
Yeah.
Man, we shot that forever ago, and it just sat in the vaults because I didn't know what it took a while to finish, and then things happen. So I'm glad we finally got it out. So there's that. Also, if you enjoy listening to me blather on about hip-hop and hip-hop stuff, I am the inaugural guest on the homie Matthew Wood's podcast, The Corner, which just dropped on Spotify yesterday. So go take a listen to that. Matthew and I talk about the Enemy Board, as you were once a member, because Matthew was a member as well way back when. Bunch of PE stuff, and it was a very enjoyable conversation. So if you like podcasts, that kind of stuff, and especially listening to me talk, there you go.
Isn't that why we're all here?
Yeah, exactly. So
That's exactly why we're all here.
let's get into it. Knack, let's talk about this.
Cool.
Son of Berserk. What could be it? No, so what does the title say on the back of the...
The title says "What Could Be Better." That's it.
What could be better? Okay.
The lyrics, as I think you're going to play the track, right? We'll hear it.
Yes.
The lyrics don't say "bitch," but when I was listening to this, as my first pass through the soundtrack, it's pretty deep in there, so I already knew it's an edited album, but I didn't know who Son of Berserk was yet, and I was Public Enemy head, right?
Right.
This is a Bomb Squad related project, and from the Sounds of Urban Listening label, right?
Yes.
Oh, and so I didn't really have anything to compare it to. Makes sense he's saying bitch, but I didn't know that yet, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
The original, this old version we're about to hear is this was the one I was used to first, right? You always have an affinity for that, but it also has some piano stabs, some real simple piano bits on the beat, which set it apart from what ended up getting released on the real shit, right? So I
which is actually, so I did an A/B comparison, and the piano stuff is in the original, but it's not.
Is it just low in the mix?
It's a little lower in the mix, and it happens at a different place. So
Okay, right.
like in the clean version, it's right up front.
Yeah.
Which is not on the album, or the regular version.
Yeah, so you have to bring in like Hank to talk, or
somebody, or Keith or something.
Yeah,
you know?
A. Shockley to discuss what happened there, or someone from Son of Berserk maybe, and that might have been part of that production. But it's pretty cool to, as a fan, to listen to that kind of thing, hear those differences, because both these got released, right? But for whatever reason,
I don't know if he can shed light on it, but we have for a minute here Mr. Chuck D in the place to be.
So Knack,
hey
Jenny, how y'all doing?
Good, man.
It got me in the middle of transit. I'm kind of like transitioning. In a good way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Maybe in a good way. Doc knows that what happened to me earlier this week.
You had a rough couple of weeks, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, but I'm here. I mean, yeah, a little car smack up, COVID. What the hell, right?
Yeah, man, you just had a hell of a couple of weeks.
I like to give a shout out to everybody at NJ Pack. People are like, well, I didn't show up. Well, I wasn't going to show up because if I showed up, I didn't want to spread no germs and then be blamed for it this week.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Chuck D came here. Now we have to bury 4 people.
Right, exactly.
So.
NJ Pack was a super spreader because Chuck D came with COVID.
Yeah, right. So I wasn't even going to do that. So, Speech held it down. Black Thought, of course.
Yep.
And then I heard Yasin Bey was there, most Def. So
wow.
That right there, is more than
price
enough,
of admission.
Yeah. So
let's ask. I don't know if you have any specific remembrance of this track.
No, I was on tour.
Okay, so
I was on tour, so I don't know if G Wiz or this was Son of Berserk was a transition between Eric and G Wiz, and then also, but who would know more than anybody? Although Jawel has an incredible memory,
right?
But I don't think he was in the room when a lot of this stuff was being constructed. But I think other than Hank, I think it's either Eric or Gary.
Right.
There's this guy on here. It says co-produced by Gary G. Wiz and Carl Ryder. We should find this guy, Carl Ryder.
I was on tour.
No, I was what I was gonna ask. What I was gonna ask was when you guys the process, basically the process, not in particular this song, but like when you had to do clean edits, was it often a thing where you were like, let's just do a totally different mix?
I don't remember because I didn't get paid. No,
you got a credit.
That's why we love doing what we do. Credits. If anything was to come out of that, I would have hoped that Son of Berserk and Jawel, Pep, Half Pint later on, the band who got Swivy on the Wheels, and also Gary and Hank would receive the accolades and the money off of it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Probably, if I was a fan of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 with the records, I was just a big fan of the Townhouse 3 without records. And that's TA, who was TA to DJ for the longest period of time out of Freeport, which is the next town underneath Roosevelt, where Flavor Flav is also on the borderline. His all beginnings are there. Just recently I drove by Son of Berserk's home. It was just like the Freeport. They called it the Freeport projects, but they call it projects anytime you got apartments. So
Right.
black people live. But
Right.
now it's an Amazon headquarters.
Really?
They just shut it all down, and it's going to be Amazon.
Wow.
By the time I get to Amazon,
Right. Jeez.
all right.
Damn, man. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but maybe even I don't know. Sugar Bear was working with Paul Shabazz, but like y'all would ask him the questions basically of what led to whatever. But everybody was sort of hanging with everybody, so
Right.
WBAU was a center point,
Right.
because no matter who was doing what over here or whatever, it started out with tapes, and the weird thing, it started out with tapes. 83, 84, 85, 86, and then it started to turn into records.
Right.
People start getting like record deals, and the first person to get a record deal, the first persons were Choice 5, who turned into Seriously Fine. So
Right.
I like to get Serious C up on the show too, and
That
just
would be dope.
because Choice 5, the Choice 5 MCs were really seriously the first MCs out of Long Island that serious made an impact, no big pun intended, seriously made an impact to get the attention of Jam Master Jay, who came out and visited WBAU and Nassau County on a regular basis.
Right.
And when we threw our Rap Olympics, promoted our rap shows, the Choice 5 MCs, I think, won.
Oh, wow.
And the Choice 5 MCs patterned their show off of, from the Cold Crush, but also they were clearly from Long Island. Their styles were just like out of this world, They did have one defector, and this is when people started getting record deals. Woody Rock, who before that was Woody D, was one of the Choice 5 MCs, and then he jumped ship to become one of the Uptown and just become a label.
Oh,
Andre
okay.
Harrell's label.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Finesse and Sinquist, and I got the tape at headquarters in Long Island. But Finesse and Sinquist, they had Heavy D, of course. Heavy D was a card carrier member.
Sure.
And it'd be interesting to look at that tape to see who else is on it.
Yeah.
It hit us especially of note because Woody Rock was on it.
Right. Wow.
So Woody D was on that, but then Choice 5 was 4 MCs, and I know Seriously Fine was Lee Ski, Serious C, and K Fine, who's phenomenal.
So,
and Woody Rock was a 4th member, and another member, I'm trying to recall. That's Choice 5 MCs, and they got that deal with Arista.
Oh, wow.
And they were the first out of Long Island. I think also a thing that struck me that MCT was also from Uniondale, who rhymed with Mantronics.
Yeah. Yep.
But he never really was. He wasn't part of the scene. He wasn't just. It's like he did this thing with Mantronics and he was out of here.
Yeah.
And then.
And he bounced after in full effect. So.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting there. And also my man who went back and forth on Enjoy and record with Records Rock. Damn, I forgot my man's name. I just have a mind block, but unbelievable MC from Westbury. He really went from Westbury to New York.
Well, we'll tell you what, we're gonna actually, because he's here, we'll get back to the Son of Berserk joint, and let's bring him on, the other Long Island MC OG, Sugar Bear, in the place to be.
What's up in your mind? Yo, Chuck, man, what's going on, baby? I miss you, boy. Word up.
Flintstone,
you're fired. Classic. I had that That's one bar I had to steal, baby. I'm sorry.
Good to see you, Teddy Jackson.
No doubt. That was funny how you did that on the other show. What's going on, boy?
It's good. Good to see you, man.
Same here, man. What's up, C-Doc?
How are you, Sugar Bear? Glad to have you here, man.
Oh man, it's my pleasure, man. I'm glad to be here, man, right now. Word up.
I think we met at the studio like years ago. Johnny Juice introduced us, I think.
At what? Chuck's house?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that studio, that the 510, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it was brief, but I kind of remember. So it was
right.
Yeah, you know.
Hey,
But,
Jen. I see Jen in the building.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, okay. So while I got you and Sugar Bear, while I got you and Chuck here, I gotta ask about Ready to Penetrate into Ty Goes to the Runner.
Oh, you just gonna go right in, huh?
Yeah, I got
right
to.
in like that.
I got to.
You don't want my address first? What block I live on? All right. Well, for me, I'm always scandalizing everything. You know what I'm saying? So listening to I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Ty Goes the Runner was on the Public Enemy Greatest Misses album, right?
Yeah.
All right. So as me being cut from the cloth, I had to listen to every record that Chuck and them made, PE ever made. And I came across that and heard the sample. And I was like, hold up. That's Ready to Penetrate. That ain't the original sample, But that was years ago. I never really investigated anything like that. I was like, definitely, because, Chuck always said to me, every time he see me, he never says, "What's up, Bear? What's happening, Bear?" Every time he see me, he goes, "Flintstone, you're fired." That was it. So that from there, I knew that he loved that record. He loved it. So at the end of the day, he was paying homage to me, and I appreciate that. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. I saw Webb one day. They tried to put us together for a podcast locally, and he came out in the podcast. He said,
"What?"
He said, "Yo, I got a gold plaque for that." I was like, "Oh, what was supposed to happen now? It was supposed to turn into Love and Hip Hop. We was gonna create Love and Hip Hop. I'm supposed to tip the table." But at the end of the day, I was like, "Yo, I'm happy for you." You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way we had. Even though a lot of the production that I was doing with him, it's all that was me, and I was like, how are we going to do this 50-50? So I said, you do the production, I do the writers. And, we split it down the middle. That's the way I was. That's the way I am now. Anything that I do, I don't like be fighting and getting in the mix in the middle of money and all that stuff. 50-50, however it goes, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
But,
man, you always had super work ethic, man. And if I had any critique, a lot of the cats didn't have the work ethic that you had, and that work ethic wasn't just about going to the studio telling about your business, but a lot of people didn't have that work ethic, man. And I always said, well, Bear's from Freeport, but his work ethic is like he's gonna get it done, and I mean, I'm not even mentioning there. I'll be looking at Rico, Flav, and I'm like, yo, man, how you gonna not make songs and how you gonna make songs but not be in the studio? And so I knew that you had the work ethic to not only create a persona, but to go about and prove everybody wrong who was skeptical about whether you could do it or not. And I was really proud of that.
Wow. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate that, man. I was always looking at it as, I just had to fit in somewhere. You know what I mean? Well, because music was the only thing for me. Even leaders to this day, they remind me of coming to the studio, and all they heard was the Do the Right Thing soundtrack with all the slow jams. We wasn't all them jazz cuts and the Take Six joints, and you know what I'm saying. I was listening to stuff like that, because growing up back in the days, all the slow jams had those funky beats on them.
Delphonics. All that Philly stuff.
Yeah, they were boom, 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 bap, bap, boom, boom. They were slow jams, but they had that beats on them, and that's what I just took hold of, But yeah, it was a lot of work ethic. That's the OCD was early.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Wrapping up the chords and all that stuff. They had to be perfect for me when I'm doing it. Everything had to have a place, and that's just what it is. But being musically inclined, meeting TA and bringing me to 510, that was it for me. That was home sweet home.
Yeah, a lot of times that I was telling Jenny and Nackworth and C-Doc, I said, TA, aka Berserk, don't get a lot of credit for really seriously pioneering a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's a fact. That's a fact.
His follow-up always was like, yeah, come on, man. Number one, I will always say if a Berserk had the work ethic of a Sugar Bear Teddy Jackson, he destroyed the world, man.
Yeah.
You tried to get in and get a nut, and Paul Shabazz on the peripheral of the production squad, and you was, and that was a fantastic link up. You and Paul and making it happen. So I thought that, man, the drive and the ethic, man. See, remember, I wasn't around.
Yeah, y'all was out.
My role at 84, 85, 86, well, I loved that role of helping people out with their production, maybe hopefully finding a deal over there, doing a WBAU thing, being the second in command. I loved that role.
That was
once
fact.
I became, once I had the PE thing, then I had to manage that, and I was gone. And I knew that with me being out of the 510 scene, I knew that there was going to be a certain thing missing, because I wanted to make us like Motown, man. Forget Def Jam. I thought we could have been Motown, but it was no way I could be out there and then be back. So I thought I would be easily replaced by somebody, and nobody really replaced me at 510.
Right. But you know what was so crazy, though? I was out in the world, and all this started in Long Beach.
Yeah.
With Web D. Yeah, with GM Web D. His name is X-Ray now. And we did the production at his crib. And it was slow motion. It was slow, real down, hard, down and dirty. It was dark when we first did it, right? But when I brought it, I let Paul hear it. And this is what happened. Paul liked it. And what was the best thing that could happen for me to give it to Paul. And Paul said that he wanted to do it. And I completely forgot that he had his own record label.
Oh,
wow.
I wasn't even thinking about him putting it out. I was letting him hear it. But then him and his father came to me and said that they wanted to do it under Cosmic Records. Completely forgot they were putting out their own records under Shabazz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So from that point on, I was like, oh, I'm amped. And then just hearing the difference, from 4-track to when they put it in the Kai and put more sounds to it. And I was like, oh, so this is the way it's really supposed to sound.
What studio did y'all make it in?
We went to, believe that was Ian London.
Oh,
we recorded it in Ian London.
Ian London. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Sounded good, man, because when I heard, I happened to be somewhere around in the world, and it was lighting the UK up on fire. It's still to this day.
Crazy. Still, I'm bugging out right now. I'm like, what better way to reinvent yourself? Like, you know what I'm saying, Chuck?
Well, you need to call your fellow Freeport mate and tell him that records are important sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. I just got off the phone with him. I'm saying, yo, you gotta,
Not be lazy.
get on the site. Yeah, you got, put that work in. That's basically
Now,
what it is.
how long we been waiting for a Flavor solo album? But I
That's
mean,
my cab. That's my cab. I'll talk to you later.
right. Anyway, that's neither here. I mean, it just goes back to say that, there was so many people who were getting it done with the work ethic like you had, and all of a sudden, I'll be like, "Yo, man, Sugar Bear is just lighting up the UK and parts of Europe," and, But I would also let people know, and then you really find out who's really into hip hop and who ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, those that paid attention to that was like, wow. And I knew that with yourself, leaders, I was telling Nackworth and C-Doc and Jenny, Seriously Fine, which was the Choice 5, remember?
Right.
They really the first ones out of Long Island that had a record deal with a major. And Woody Rock went over to Uptown.
Right, but that's how it all started with me, with Woody.
Really?
Woody Rock wind up doing that Uptown, kicking it, and you was mentioning names. You were right. There's Heavy D, Vanessa Sequence. Right, and it was Groovy Chill from Amityville.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Chill was the other act.
Right. Then we could say Woody Rock, Marley Marl, and so on. You know what I mean? So running into Woody, he's telling me that they were doing the Heavy D and the Boys video. So he put me on to that. That's how I wind up in the video.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you ain't seen the video?
I'm gonna bring memory back to your memory, because what we're building on this Channel Zero on Rap Central Station Empire is that we're gonna have the largest archive of back in the day, but in the future type video special. So we got some great things coming up for 2023.
I'm with you, not against you. And the Heavy D and the Boys video, when I was on that was it. I was a star without being a star.
Yeah, right.
Because I was already popular. So, who in the world knows how, to get in the video and all that stuff at that time. You know what I'm saying? Videos was just coming out and all that.
Yeah, well, I mean, just to be able to get the smell the smoke, to know that one is being shot, was like you had to be really on it.
Yeah,
it.
That was what, 86?
87, 86, yeah.
86.
Because Don't Scandalize Mine came out in 88.
Yeah. Right. 88 was a hot year, boy.
Yes, it was. Word up. I mean,
88 was the best year. That's a whole show.
Yep, 88, the best year. Yep.
Yo, I want to give a shout out to my boy Ultra Mag. You know what I'm saying? People distinctive channels. Yo, those are my boys, man. This snowball effect is really happening because of them, man. I'm keeping 100. So I gotta, I gotta give them a shout out all the time. My man Overlord and Ultra Mag, man. Those are my boys, man. Because I went out to Hackensack, New Jersey, and did an audio podcast with them.
Oh, that's great.
You know what I'm saying? And from that, this is what's happening. And it's a small world, Chuck, because I was like, oh, man, this is Chuck's station and all that. I did my research. I watched all the episodes from, the past few Tuesdays to see what the show was all about. I said, oh, yeah, I'm going to be comfy over here. I'm going to be comfy. And kick off your shoes and relax your feet type comfy. You know what I mean? Word.
That's it. That's what we try to do.
And Miss Lady over there holding her pet, Jen, she's like my big sister that I never had. We was on the phone for a long time. Yeah, I mean, man, I'm like, are you gonna say goodnight or am I gonna say goodnight? You know what I mean? And it was nothing but information, though. Yep. It was a whole bunch of information, because when I came out, when my record dropped, my stories is crazy with, explain whatever happened to the sugar beard. Don't scandalize mine. I've never heard my record on the radio ever,
Ever?
ever.
Wow.
Up to
Okay,
recent or ever? Just like up to recent, you mean?
ever, ever. It's crazy though because all right, went up to BAU. Rest in peace, Thaddeus. I did
Yep.
his show.
Right.
You know, I have that on cassette tape.
Oh, you do?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
I have that show. Thaddeus interviewing me when I had my record out at BAU.
And just to tell everybody, Thaddeus, mover and the shaker, always promoting. You know,
Yeah,
Thaddeus was the number one fan of everybody in the whole 510
yeah,
WBAU, Spectrum City,
yes,
Townhouse 3
yes,
scene. He would go around, promote our flyers.
yes.
He was physically challenged, but he was hip hop all the way. He's
All
actually the
good.
hands on the. He's in. By the way, this will get you, Doc.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's the hand on the Yo Bum Ruster show cover.
that's his hand.
And then you probably see through the fisheye lens. You probably see the bottom grill of Thaddeus. And we used to
Right.
joke around and say, "Well, that looks like your hand anyway." Nonstop. Listen, nobody and Sugar Bear could attest to this, right?
That's a
We
fact.
thought we would laugh ourselves. We thought we would laugh ourselves out of the business, man, because I mean,
We're snapping.
people look at me like publicly, like, oh, Chuck D, Public Enemy said, but they don't know nothing to where we came from.
Nah.
The laughter,
Yes.
and the jokes, and
Yes.
people look at Flavor and say, oh, Flavor seemed to be like the lightest, most funniest one. Yo, he wasn't even in the top 5.
Nah. Nah. It wasn't. Word. I came out of nowhere because I always sat in the cut just laughing all the damn time. And then they pointed the arrow at me. And what you laughing at? And they just ran it on me. They had enough artillery to come at me. I didn't have nothing to rapid fire with. Nothing. But guarantee you, as time went by, they don't fuck with me. Y'all don't fuck with me.
I know,
Keith,
man.
Chuck, Butch, none of y'all skip yet. So y'all see me, you be like, yo, put the shirt in your pants. Put the shirt in your pants and coming. Word. But yeah, that was just the way it is. When Thaddeus, I didn't hear nothing. I think maybe Jeff Force, rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace,
At
Jeff Force.
Hofstra, that was Hofstra, right?
Yes.
He was at Hofstra. Interviewed me. I heard it like that.
Oh wow!
I heard it like that.
Big up to Jeff Force because
Yeah.
and he's another guy, like, because I was around the world, I felt that people didn't stay up with our foundation to help push everybody out there. Like,
That's a
people,
fact.
like, I always felt like Jeff Force need to get, more love. I pulled Jeff Force and Wildman Steve in on the Terminator X project. They got them to do some voiceover. But Thaddeus, I thought that Thaddeus' contributions were big, but I couldn't be at two places at the same time.
Mhm.
So I'm very proud to say and honored to still be working with Wildman Steve to this minute today. But I felt that Jeff Force also felt that everybody left him too. That's what I felt.
Mhm.
And I know Juice was working with him as well. But I think sometimes you got to move on from the chapters. But that was also my thing. Also, I said, damn. When I was so happy when your career was taking off, Bear. But I also felt detached. I felt detached because I felt that I wanted to champion that and help that out as much as I could.
Oh man, you don't know. I felt the same way. But I want to go back. I'm piggyback off of that. But I want to say Thaddeus, what you said about Thaddeus, it's a fact. Thaddeus used to say to us all the time. After you say "What up, man," he would say, "So when the next gig, cuz?" He used to say that to all of us. It doesn't matter. So when's the next gig and shit? That's where I remember him from. But yeah, Chuck, I really wish that you was around. You know what I'm saying? At that time, because there was so much things that was happening with me that a lot of people knew. You know what I'm saying? I had that sit down with Russell at the Palladium.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? At the Palladium, I sat down with him. We chopped it up and all that stuff, and I didn't. I don't know. The time, my timing is always off because me and Webb produced a record called "Cut It Up, Chip" on the Seriously Fine album.
Oh wow! Okay, so we get a double mention of the Seriously Fine album.
Yes, I produced.
Nobody seems to talk about, which means we need to set precedent. Doc and
to bring
Jenny
them
about bringing at least serious.
We can get them all. We get all three. I've seen them all and talked to them all.
That's beautiful.
They're part of the 510. They're part of the 510.
Oh yeah, of course.
Doc. So we can link up. I talk to them all the time.
Leaders comes out of that.
Right.
Leaders comes out of that. That Seriously Fine Choice 5 is that generation that really sparked it all off from that aspect.
Right.
Yeah. I want to interject real quick and say that is a very underrated, dope record, the Seriously Fine album.
Yeah.
Really, just one of those albums that got lost in the shuffle, man, because, it was 89 and there's a lot of great stuff coming out. It's a fantastic record. And your daughter's in the house, Sugar Bear.
That's my daughter. Yeah, I'm expecting my sixth grandchild any day now.
Wow, congrats.
Yeah,
congrats,
she's my youngest.
Congrats, thank you.
Word.
That's beautiful.
But what up, Kiani? Joshua, that's my son here out in Atlanta. But
so you heard it on the radio. So let's say you heard it for the first time on the radio.
No, well, what happened was I might have just caught Ready to Penetrate because Ready to Penetrate winded up on Red Alert's first compilation album.
Right.
Now, now before all that, I'm hanging out with Grandmaster D, Dice, Sugar Dice, that was their road manager. Who else? A whole plethora. The original Bad Boys featuring K-Love. I was out in Coney Island.
Right.
I was doing a lot. I was running around. Grandmaster D was my boy. We used to hang out a lot. Come on. I knew where the Latin Quarters was at before the Latin Quarters knew where I was at. You know what I'm saying? I was right there when Public Enemy performed. I was there when Melly Mel was out in the audience heckling and all that, and all that shit. I wish there were water guns so you could squirt on them fucking thing on the thing. Even though, let me tell you something, the 5 has always been my group. I don't care what nobody say. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 from the beginning of hip hop has always been my group. Then it trickled down.
Nothing like it, right?
Nothing like it. There's no sound. There's no algorithm. There's nothing like the 5. Nothing. And even when I run into them, I tell them. I tell Scorp, ain't nothing like y'all. Y'all my group. Then Mo-D, and then Funky 4 plus one more. Or vice versa, whatever. Those 3. Kaz and them, right. Yeah. For me, Kaz and them came when I was introduced to the mixtapes.
Yeah.
Because they wasn't doing records until their first record for me was that Fresh Fly Wild and Bold.
Wild and Bold, yeah.
That one.
And then they did The Weeknd before that. But they never could find a producer that could make their persona breathe the way it did live. So that was something. And some acts were like their records was better than what they was live. It just happened to be the reverse for Cold Quest. But Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, as you heard it, is as you got it.
As you got it.
As you got it. I couldn't believe how, I looked, every single one of them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Free Kid Creole too.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
out there.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Free Quick Creole. That's my boy. Word up, man. So that was the sound, that 79, before radio and all that. It was those 3 records on Enjoy. It was Funky 4 plus one more, Grandmaster Flash and 55 and Treacherous 3. That was it. And Spoonie G. He definitely cut from that close. Spoonie was oof, and they had the beats and everything. But I know we jumping all over the place, man, because
Nah, man.
that's where my
We
mind
there.
was, Chuck. But leaving 510 and searching and finding you know what I'm saying, trying to figure myself out. It's crazy. I'd just be all over the place, but I was in it. I was in it. I was there. Bobby Brown, first album, King of Stage. I was there. That's where I met Smooth B. It wasn't no Nice and Smooth, and it wasn't no Sugar Bear at that time. You know what I'm saying? I had all of Long Beach at the hotel, Omni Park Central Hotel, when Bobby was doing his first album.
Wow.
The King of Stage album. I went out with him.
Yeah.
I went out with him. That was at the Apollo, performed. It was who used to? I forgot who. Hal Jackson. No, who?
Well, Hal Jackson had his Sunday night thing, and sometime but he didn't do the hip hop performances. But
no, he didn't do the hip hop performance. But what he did have was that the teenage pageant with the girls.
Right.
And before the album dropped, Bobby was performing Girlfriend before it dropped there. And, Smooth B, beatboxing too, you know what I'm saying? And singing and all that stuff.
And
this is all stuff. I witnessed all this.
Smooth B be telling everybody them stories about him being on tour with Bob.
Yeah, I lived with me, Smooth B. It had to have been 6-7 months. I was with Bobby.
Yeah.
In Manhattan.
Wow.
Omni Park Central while he was recording that first album. And I want to say rest in peace to R.I.P. to Bernard Wright.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he produced records on that album. Same with Larry Blackman from Cameo.
Yeah.
The Girl Next Door. So, like I said, I've experienced a lot. I don't know what I enjoy, being out on stage or being behind the scenes. I don't know. Because I got to sit. Well, go ahead, Chuck.
No, but I get that. You had 2 standout singles. What was the next step, Bear? I mean, because everybody was screaming like, and this is the beginning of album time. So I know with those two singles frying up everywhere. What was the thing for the third single? Because let me tell you, it's funny. Just to let everybody know, when me and Flavor was driving trucks, I came back in the studio and I did Public Enemy number 2, which later on became Uzi Weighs a Ton. And you happen to be in the next room. And
you used me. Go ahead, tell the story, Chuck, because I swear to God, I never wanted to tell the story.
No, go ahead, tell the story. Tell the story.
You used me for the Flavor Flav part and all that stuff that later on became Flavor's part. Right. So you had me test run.
And I was like, and that was Public
my
Enemy.
God, I'm glad you.
And that was Public Enemy number 2. I call it Public Enemy number 2.
Yeah,
and it had lyrics.
Never told the story.
Well, why you keep the story a secret?
Yo, because
he was in the next room.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking I be dreaming shit, man.
Flintstone, you're fired. You only gonna get the real story. Hey, listen, you only gonna y'all listen. This show be bringing stories out that nobody got.
Yep. That's right. I knew it was gonna be a different type of podcast. I knew it.
Yeah, because I just remembered. I said, "Damn, I remember doing a WBAU song, Public Enemy number 2, which was a follow-up to Public, because people don't know that I did Public Enemy number 1. That was like 84.
Right.
And you had everything that you wanted said for me to say. I was saying what you told me to say. Yo, Chuck, yo, man, and I'm sitting up here, I'm hearing Flav doing this shit. I'm like, yo, I did that shit first.
But listen, yeah, you did the shit first, and I tell everybody, Flav style come from Mike Ladson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which later on, that Hank used it.
Sandman.
Yeah. It says Sandman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sandman and Son of Berserk is Mike Ladson.
Yes.
And when Flavor couldn't get a part done, we used to say, yo, just say it like Mike Ladson would say it, with the stuttering and everything.
Yeah. Definitely did that. Think that I ain't playing no round with you. Yeah, that's Flav. That's Flav. And that's Mike Ladson.
But do Mike Ladson, man.
Okay, Mike is funny. He be like, your beard. It takes a long time for him to get this. He don't even say sugar bear. He's like, beer. And it ended like that.
That's what we would. And to get Flavor moving in the studio, when he got to like a dead end road, he was and if he got to be real corny, right?
Yeah.
Because Berserk and all of them used to tease him, and I used to save him because they said, "Oh yeah, there go Rico, he looking for his big chance." Right? Remember that? Right?
Hold on. I was there when he did that. I was there. He didn't want to give up the mic, and he was holding the mic down, like telling Tigel, "This is my big chance. This is my big chance." I was like, Public Enemy wasn't established yet. He thought he was going somewhere far. He had that step back before I catch a claustrophobia attack, and he had all these songs already. You know what I'm saying?
It was a hit when Bill. Listen, when Bill.
When he on his radio station,
gave him his radio show. That was all she wrote. The Flavor had the Flavortrons, and it's all she wrote.
That's a fact. It was
great. But when we brought him in the studio after all that, he would freeze up, and all of a sudden the personality dripped out of him. And we said, "Yo, man, just act like Mike Ladson, man. We got to finish this song, man. What would Mike Ladson do?" And then he would go into the Mike Ladson road, and boom, and that's how that started.
Yeah. Be the comic that you are. Be the the snapping guy that you are. That's being yourself. Yeah, I guess it was a different feeling once you got in front of that microphone. I could dig it.
But you was in that other room when I did Public Enemy #2, which later on became Uzi Weighs a Ton, I think.
Uzi Weighs a Ton. But damn, I'm glad that's been clarified, because I swear to God, I thought I was dreaming that shit.
Really?
Well, I thought I dreamt that shit, Chuck.
Yo, how about this? No, this is the thing that you don't know. Rick Rubin was coming after me for 2 years hard. We tried, remember, we tried to build a Motown, man. We trying to put Berserk and them out there. I'm trying to be like Smokey Robinson and Hank B. and Berry Gordy. Let's try to make a Bill Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, man, listen, I got somebody better than me to do Public Enemy #1. And it was,
I know the story, Chuck.
And I grabbed OB.
ESD-OB. I told this story.
And we recorded OB.
Get out of here.
And I don't know where the tape is, but we recorded OB and then gave it to Rick.
What's
Public Enemy #1.
Oh, shit.
We said, yo, man, this dude's younger. He's good looking. He's got a good voice. And I said, I'll train him. I'll coach him to do it exactly right.
Right.
And Rick came back and like, nah. I want you. I said, they keep pulling me back in.
The guy made his first rap record at 42.
I tell people, I say, I'm Satchel Paige, man.
He said it.
Should have seen me in the Negro Leagues.
Yeah, he said it. I say this. I'm quite sure I'm clear with this, because I said Chuck will tell you this himself. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that.
What I wanted to do what I wanted to do what I was doing, but at a bigger level. I thought I was an important #2 guy to put out a Sugar Bear, to put out a Townhouse 3 up in Berserk. These are new school. When I left, Buster Brown. They
But yo,
were just kids coming up all the time, and man, they know what to do.
who was it first though? Who was it first? Was it Juice and his crew? Wasn't
King
what
of
was the name of
Pressure.
them? Kings of Pressure?
Yeah.
Or was it? Oh, hold on. Or was it True Mathematics?
Both of them at the same time. We had to change True Mathematics' name because he was Kenny Spam before that.
Dad, boy, spam in the can, boy. Yeah, spam in the can.
So I went and I said, listen, you're True Mathematics, because which later on, Haq Islam, that was his name. I saw his name in Ebony magazine. And he was like one of the top recruited young black people of the nation. And I saw True Mathematics. And I looked at Spam. I said, yo, man, you True Mathematics.
That's it.
And I do a logo for him, because I used to do the logos for everybody.
Yes. Yeah, and everybody's name on the board and everything, man.
Everybody's name on the board. I did the logos. And then Kings of Pressure, I did their logo too. And that's when we had the contest. Where it was like 50 MCs that showed up. And it boiled down to 8. But I don't even know if you remember the photo session. The photo session, I said, well, how do we photograph 8 MCs and 1 DJ? And I said, you know what? I'm the photographer, lay on the ground, which was Jimmy Griff's cousin.
Yeah.
Laid down and shot him from the floor. And it was a bunch of circles. They all looked down. Later on, when I saw NWA, I was like, that was Kings of Pressure.
Somebody took that, yeah.
I didn't say he took it, but we came up with that for Kings of Pressure.
We ain't take it, you bit it. That's all good. We just keep it calm and simple and say, oh, what a coincidence, huh?
Well, Flavor seemed to forget that TA was the first one that wore that clock.
Yeah.
Remember? He got it from Fortune Offs.
Yeah. But he was on top of it because everybody was wearing the stopwatches.
Stopwatch, that's what I'm saying. And then TA got the bath clock. The bath clock was the thing that we wore, because we wasn't going to wear gold chains. So we going to wear the bath clocks. And
exactly.
We try to bring that memory up to Flavor. But I'm so here. I'm glad that you brought memories back to my memory, and I could bring memories back to your memory. What happened after, your 2 Cuts blew up? I mean, what happened?
All right. Once I came back home from tour, because I was on tour not through anybody else. This gentleman by the name of Patrick that worked at Def Jam.
Moxie?
Yes, that's his last name. Patrick Moxie.
And he started his own label.
Ain't that some shit?
A very popular label too. Patrick Moxie started Payday.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it was Patrick that had to connect to Get With Me.
Okay.
And it happened real fast. So
did it happen through Funk and Klein?
No.
Did you work through Funk and Klein at all?
At all. I was with God rest her soul, Sheila Atkins.
Oh, right. Okay. Right.
Okay. She managed. Sheila Atkins managed Evelyn Champagne King.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she was out of Philly.
Philly, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And she managed me, Paul Sabaz, at first, and then
Did she also manage Slick? Did she manage Slick?
Slick Rick?
Kerwin.
Oh, he probably might have been involved, because I know later on TA and Son of Berserk.
Right. She was their manager later on.
Right.
Yeah.
That was after me. Yeah, that was
after you.
Yeah, it was Shabazz, me, and if Kerwin was in, it would have been that time.
Right.
Also, and then it was Son of Berserk.
Okay.
And I don't even know if Soldiers of Fortune, I don't know where they were at. But anyway, so I'm out on tour. I come back and we go back up to Next Plateau, because we had subsidized before I went.
Okay.
So I was on Next Plateau.
Eddie O'Loughlin was making deals with us because we signed Kings of Pressure over to them.
Right.
And then when I left, I don't know what happened with that relationship. But yeah, go ahead.
I came back, Teddy O'Loughlin, because that's how I wind up with Teddy O'Loughlin. And I passed the Def Jam. I always say my reason for the passing up on the Def Jam is that because I didn't know how to read them. I was lying. I was like, Russell's trying to get everything. He wanted my house, my kids. He wanted my dog. He wanted everything. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, I wasn't linked up. And, as I got older and I started thinking, I was like, God, I regret it now because I would have been a little bit more than
you're here.
what I was on Next Plateau.
Okay, but you're here.
Yes.
I felt, you know what, Bear? I felt if I was around, trust me, everybody would have been that next level, man. It would have been
strong
like, I mean, man.
Yeah, we would have been
the
strong.
amount of monsters coming up out of there at the time, and then we had Group Suffolk with our movement too. Oh,
yes,
God, and parts of Queens too.
Yes,
not a lot of Brooklyn, but we was also dealing with Stet.
Yeah,
so that relationship with Stet was strong. So it was Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, just especially, and parts of Suffolk was coming up because what's his name? Charlie Moroder studio was out there.
Mm-hmm.
You recorded at Ian London.
I recorded at Ian.
And there was Sabella, who was also on Long Island. And then also Mike Boner later on.
Mm-hmm.
So you just did all your work at Ian London. That's it.
Yeah, all my work was at Ian London, yep. And I came back from off tour and I started having kids.
Okay.
Okay, my first baby was born in 90. And then it was Paul because I was trying to learn everything Paul was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So coming back from tour, I was going to go back in. So we had this meeting with Eddie O'Loughlin again. He wanted to put out another single. Okay. I don't know who I thought I was, but I was requesting shit. You know what I mean? Okay, we'll do another single. Can I get a cover 12-inch picture? You know what I'm saying? Nah, that wasn't happening. And I already had an album. I had a lot of songs.
You had an album already done?
Damn near. I had Don't Care Like Mine, Ready to Penetrate, Chilling, Super Monster, Coming from London. I had a lot of songs. Well, Coming from London.
Don't tell C-Doc that because
we do.
I'm ready.
We're gonna make a box set. We don't want to make a box set out of it.
I still got songs that can get revamped, man. The tracks is crazy. I got this one I want to work on immediately right now called Get It Together. You know what I'm saying?
Do you still have the tapes?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Did you do your homework though?
Yes, I did. It's either I don't know how to work the track lab. I tried to search the two albums, the two songs that I'm looking for, and nothing's coming up on it.
No.
Well, they might not.
Man, this is all going to be what you have, and if you don't have it, nobody probably has it. This is the discovery that a lot of us are discovering.
So, well, like I said, you know me, I'm one of those. They ain't coming to chop your head off unless it skyrockets. But this track is crazy, Chuck. You gotta hear this shit, man.
No, we gotta hear it. We gotta get behind it, promote it, make sure that you get something out of it, man.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I got vocals. All I gotta do is revamp, take shit out, whatever, or coach the lawn. Let's do it. I'm ready. You ain't see. I did a joint called Strong Out and Still. It's on YouTube.
It sounds brilliant to me.
Word up. I got a joint. No, there's a song out called Strong Out and Still. I got Flavor's son. I got Lil Will in it. Dinko D, and I got this gentleman by the name of TR3 on it who has his own little platform. He be up there. Sway in the Morning likes him, bringing him back, battling the hyenas. He's a young kid from Mount Queens. I just did this. It was like something I wanted to do, after the pandemic, when everybody started,
coming back outside.
Right, coming back outside, hanging their mask on one ear. You know what I'm saying?
Which by the way, I'm gonna watch the rest of the show from the outside looking in because I got to get on the road and catch my transit. But I'm gonna be checking the rest of the show. But I love you, Bear.
I love you more, Chuck, man. We got to link up or something,
yeah,
man. Bro.
We'll link up and yo, man, it's a beautiful time as we tell people that if you recorded before, you know, your future is bright, man. The past is memories, but the future is imagination. So be in the present to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
C-Doc is there. He already knows what we do. And and like I said, there could be some beautiful things in 2023. Just stay healthy.
I just had my second colon, boy. We good.
We good. Okay.
Word. We good.
All right, man.
Yo, Chuck, man.
Salute
time for your mind, baby.
Yes, indeed.
Sir.
Safe travels.
Yes, indeed. I'll be catching it from the other side. Peace.
All right, man.
All right.
Yep.
Wow, that was big. That was big. That was big for me, yo.
Nah, man, I knew he was traveling tonight, so I was kind of hoping that he'd be able to jump on real quick. So
yeah, he was there from the beginning. He was like he's there with y'all. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
But once again, I want to yo, I got to zoom in on this. Hold on, just give me 1 second.
You're trying to read my name.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's up? Nice to meet you, Sugar Bear. It says
My pleasure meeting you, man.
Absolutely.
Word up. I'm ready to call just Knockwish, man. Just straight up, man.
Yes, it's the name I used when we were much younger on Chuck T's Public Enemy's old website, right?
That's what's up.
So yeah,
that's what's up.
You can call me Al too, but it's definitely nice to meet you.
Okay, it's my pleasure. Word up. See, Doc, man, what is going on with you, man? What's happening, man? I'm feeling this snowball effect is like real crazy, you know?
It's a beautiful thing, bro. It's, you know, I love to hear the 510 stories, you know, because I was such a big PE fan growing up, and then getting to work with Chuck for the past 20-some years and going there, you know. I know after the fact, but we went and shot a couple videos out in front of 510, the old 510 and stuff like that. So I love it. And the BAU stories. So the fact that, you know, we get to talk to you because you were there, you were part of that.
Definitely cut from that cloth.
Yeah, man. It's dope, man. That was a dope period in time. Did you do any of the radio promo songs back for BAU?
None.
So ready to penetrate and don't scandalize mine.
Don't scandalize mine. Just came out. Yep, we just did it, put it out, and that was it. We let the magic happen.
Yeah.
After I didn't even. It was no promotion. We just did it. I let people hear it on the cassette, and they was like, "Yo!" But then when they started hearing it on the radio, where I never heard it, but they started hearing it on the radio, that was it.
Yeah,
that was my feedback and all the compliments I was getting from it.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I mean, and from that coming from the hood, I mean, you know, from where I live at, my peers, you know, for them to compliment me on it, you know, was enough for me, you know. Yeah. But then the impact that it did overseas is still happening to this day. It's phenomenal. I'm like, yo, you know, I put it in God's hand and see where it go from here.
You gotta love, because we always say Europe, especially in Japan, they treat those classic records with a whole different reverence and respect that Americans do, you know?
Right.
And so you know, I know I hear stories all the time about classic artists, you know, they eat off of touring and stuff over there. Because they can still do big shows and whatnot, because those people remember the records and will still go back to the records because it doesn't matter to them when it was made. In fact, it's more it's more appealing to them that it was made back in '88, you know, than something that comes out now. It's like, oh shit, this came out, you know, this was from the golden era, you know,
of hip hop, when they was on it. And, you know, I love the culture that they still hold on to the culture.
Yeah.
They're not they still wax. You know, they still scratching on 45s and 12 inches and all that stuff. You know, they're not playing around. You know what I'm saying? They keeping hip hop alive over there.
Yeah.
You know? And I
Most
love it. I
definitely.
love watching it, the b-boying, and especially Japan, the Korean, you know, over there. I mean, the moves, I would never thought those moves would ever happen here, but you know,
Right.
see how they switched it up and took our cold culture and made it theirs.
Yeah.
You know, and I love it. I love it. I'm gonna keep it 100. I love it. You know,
It always it feels more like the essence of what hip hop started as. You know,
right?
like
It's
they're
somewhere to
very
go
true
to.
to it. Yeah.
Right. It's somewhere to go to when you want to go there. You know, it's you want to get off of today's radio. You know, because I don't have no problem. You know, as far as I'm concerned, music and is always supposed to manifest. It's not supposed to stay the same.
Right. Sure.
You understand? This is what the music industry, you know, those that's making music has been fighting for the longest. It wasn't just us, you know, our rap artists trying to get our record played on the radio. It was other artists trying to get their records played. It wasn't just hip hop. It was other artists trying to get their record played on the radio too.
Yep. Yeah. Of course.
So they were fighting the same fight that we were fighting. And now I'm glad that we're in this space age thing we got going on now with the streaming and all that. So now everybody can follow their own lane because at the end of the day, you got your own following anyway.
Yeah. And there's so much great music out there.
And there's so much great music out there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
So, you know, that's why I just listen to music. You know, it's not the way it used to be. Like, you know, I give a shout out to Kid Capri, man. His album, that whole album from front to back. That's one album I could listen to all the way through.
Yeah.
Nas's King Disease 3 all the way through. You know, just let it play.
Yeah.
I could listen to a lot of artists, but I know there's going to be like one song that I like off an album.
Yeah.
But I'm aware of them, and I like that song because of the music. You know, not the rap. The rap and all that stuff come later.
Right.
I gotta hear that track. The track gotta move me. It helps me put words together when I hear the beat.
Sure.
You know, and the emotion. You know, the track does it itself. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I still say all the time, like, I love dope lyrics, but if it's on a bad track, you're not going to remember that. It's not going to have that lasting value, right? So, it's really got to be both if it's like.
And it's crazy. I was watching that Motown program on how Barry Gordy was telling them that it's got to hit him on the one. I've always said that. Before hearing him saying that, I always said, I got to hear it on the it's got to hit me as soon as it drop.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to Stetsasonic, that Go Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah.
And on the
Thanks to
one.
Bobby Simmons.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I was a drummer too, but that was hip hop, the beats and all that. But for them to come out with that, love that record. I give a shout out to Daddy-O, Delight, and Wide from Quan. You know, I give a shout out to all of them to come out with that live drummer thing. Word up.
DBC.
Yep.
It took me a minute to know Pumpkin was that one too. You know, the drummer making all those beats back in the days.
Yep.
And I'm like, phew. But
no, so I was gonna ask about. You said you managed Son of Berserk. When was that?
Okay, this is how that happened. Dealing with TA and Jawel and Pep, you know what I'm saying? I was with them, but I had to figure out how I had to, be with them.
Right.
So I'm the manager.
People, right? A lot of people.
Yeah, so I'm the manager. I knew about mic check, make sure the dressing room was ready, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That they had their now ladies in the dressing room and Jolly Ranchers and Big Blows and shit.
Jolly
You know, the bear weed and all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Pep didn't do all of that. Jawel neither. It was just me and TA. You know what I mean? But I made sure that was there,
Yeah.
managing them. Stop there. Why y'all fighting all the time and all this? I mean, let me tell you something, man. I love them three brothers, man. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have known about no Sugar Bear and nothing like that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Townhouse 3. Sugar Bear was in the back. Later on, they were making, when we started doing that, like Chuck said, I got a 120-minute tape of all that BAU stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody used to come to 510 and make a tape, go up. We play it on Spectrum City Radio Show, Mr. Bill Radio Show, Wild Man Steve, and I don't think Thaddeus and them, but those three right there, we used to play them, and everybody thought we was making records.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Mr. Bill sent us a bunch of those songs, and
nice.
we're gonna compile them together. We just gotta reach out to everybody and get their clearances and blessings and stuff. But got a lot of those old joints, man.
Classy 3, Deadly 3 MC, Choice 5 MC, Nasty 4. That's my boy Daddy U. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, it was a whole bunch of us doing it. I didn't start getting mentioned on those tapes until later, though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was there for, the back of 41 and Lies and all that stuff. I was there around that time, but I'm just watching, observing right now. At that time, I was just watching, observing, seeing, because, I'm Jackson 5 buff. My last name is Jackson. I was a singer when I first moved to Long Island. I mean, I'm from Roosevelt, foster child. Moved to Queens, came back to Long Island. Now, when I came back to Long Island at 7th grade, and I started, hip-hop was coming. I seen it at the block parties, but I didn't know the impact until way later. So I'm singing. I came to Long Island in 76. What's that, the bicentennial year?
Yeah. So
76 is when I moved to Freeport, Strong Island, and I was singing Jackson 5 songs, man. Word up. I was singing All I Do Is Think of You and Daddy's Home.
Hopefully you promoted yourself as the Lost Jackson brother, right?
No, I was a cousin. I was a cousin, and my kids, my younger kids, they'll tell you that they family, their immediate family is Jackson 5.
Yeah,
because I taught them about my younger ones. They know all about Jackson 5.
That's
you know, yeah. But Sugar Bear in London. See, here they come. Here they come. I met Sugar Bear in London. Wow.
Smoke them.
Yes,
ma'am.
No doubt. But yeah. So I moved back. When I moved, I was singing and all this stuff, and then next thing you know, hip hop took over.
Yeah.
Yep. And there was this rhyme everybody said. Jawel used to say this all the time too, man. I wasn't writing for Tia. Tia was writing himself. But when I gave him a line that mind over matter, I'm the Mad Hatter, I got a fly girl, and you wish you had her. And Tia used that, but it was okay. I gave it to him. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But it triggered me to start writing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm going to write more, but here I am writing on toilet tissue, napkins, paper bags. I'm looking like the scene in the 5 Heartbeats.
Right.
That's how I put Don't Scandalize Mine together. You know what I'm saying? I said it before, once more, time after time. Don't Scandalize Mine. You know what I'm saying? I was just putting things together. It didn't matter where I was at. And I just tightened up on it because I had them all, different, all over the place. The Talking Heads was my sample.
Oh, yep.
I was the first one to use that, even though it's debatable. But at the end of the day, Casey Flight had one out too, using David Burns. He's in the video.
That's
Yeah.
what people don't remember, but
Yeah.
You
I
know
had
what I'm
that,
saying?
I had that tape, man, because of the
Mhm.
video.
really,
But
Yeah. I had the
but
Casey
here I
Flame.
am. I'm overseas hearing this. I'm on tour. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing that. And
Yeah.
then later on, I hear the Chuck Chill Out Cool Chip joint. The rhythm is
Right.
the master. So
Right.
now I come back home. I'm thinking, why is Red Alert so hyped up on Ready to Penetrate when Don't Scandalize Mine is the cut? I wasn't getting Don't Scandalize Mine forced.
Oh, half pint in the house.
nice.
Hey, yo, what's up? Half pint. Word up. But
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
So yeah, that's why. So that's why Red did the B side.
now we don't know. I don't want to say
Well,
it, but
okay,
Red's my
guess.
boy. Back in the day, Red, Red is my boy. You know what I'm saying? We used to
Yeah.
anytime we meet up or whatever, anywhere, we're good. I just recently seen him at an old folks event that Chuck Chill Out was giving.
Nice.
And his boy Cool Chip was there. I finally met Cool Chip for the first time.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? This
Word
was in
up.
the summer, right? This is right almost at the end of the summer in the Bronx. And I got a picture with them and all that stuff. And yeah, me and Chuck is cool with this thing, you know what I'm saying? He always come to me talking about, yo, you got my check.
I think Chuck says that to everybody. Chuck Chill Out says that. Shout out to
He
Chuck
says
Chill
it's-
Out.
Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Chuck Chill Out, Cool Chip. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, sometimes things are a coincidence. I thought I was the king of cliches and making up stuff. I was the first one to say, "Yo, you want to go half on the baby? What a way to ask for the poo! What a way to ask for it! Want to go half on the baby? What a way to ask for some of that Kit Kat? You know what I mean? Word up." And then next thing you know, I hear R. Kelly with half on a baby. I'm like, whoa,
Didn't come up with that. Come on.
where the hell that shit come from? I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Things just happen for coincidence, man. It'd be a coincidence.
Yeah.
There was no real beef behind it. I mean, I was salty for a minute. It's like, damn, this is why Red Alert, like really did the B side on me. So Chuck could come out with the Rhythm is the Master,
You're probably
in
right
New
about
York.
that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
You understand what I'm saying? The Rhythm is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Master. And
That's the one that was
dope
on
song.
Raps
It
all
was
the time.
it was dope. It was dope. I don't know. For me, I'm not ever gonna downrate myself. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course. No,
Don't
of course.
Scandalize Mine. I still, Don't Scandalize Mine destroyed both of those records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me.
Yep. Definitely.
So, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's hip hop. It happened. I came out with it first. Jay-Z came out with it last. Used that Talking Head sample. You can ball if you want to ball, play if you want to play. Hey, it's all right. Yeah, all right. He slowed it down,
But you got Ready to Penetrate, which is such a dope record.
My Jackson 5
You know?
inspiration.
Yeah, and
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't realize I heard Ready to Penetrate after I heard Ty Goes the Runner. So then I was like, whoa, what the I was like, wait a minute
You
here.
did the vice versa.
Yeah, I did the vice versa. So I was like,
Well,
hey,
we was
wait a
on top
second.
of it with that rocket in the pocket first. You know what I'm saying? The rocket in the pocket. You got a rocket in the pocket. So we looped that. And then we did the that was Cool in the Gang sample.
And the Olympic runners on there too. I don't want to like sample snitch, but
You ain't got to. It's what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing nothing. We ain't know the name of them records. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I know it's Cool in the Gang, Olympic Runners. You know what I'm saying? Jackson 5. Whatever. However, it was put together.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows shit now because they be listening to records now.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
You know, They listen to the records. They still go in the crates.
Yep.
You know, but
Indeed.
yeah, when they did, you know, when we first recorded Ready to Penetrate, and we thought we was finished, we wasn't, and I was the only one that noticed it. I said, "Where's the break?" The record didn't have the break, so we had to splice the break in.
Wow, really?
Yeah. That's when the real editing came into
Yeah.
play. When niggas had to cut the tape, you know what I'm saying, and put the
Yep.
tape on top of it.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah,
spin the
man.
reels back around.
Yep.
Yeah, it was missing.
Wow. That's crazy.
Word up. If I'm not
That's
mistaken,
crazy.
that shit might be missing. I think we noticed it when on the instrumental. I think the instrumental don't have that break on it.
Okay.
That la di da di da, la di da di da. I don't think that's on it.
Wow.
Yeah, that making those records making those records. I was working at Taco Bell. I'd leave that job and go right to the studio, leave the studio, go right to the job.
Yep.
And then don't understand that's the work that you had to put in. We was falling asleep on the boards, man.
Yeah. Sure.
You know? I'm over here. That's my man in the background walking back and forth. That's Rich Sons. You know what I'm saying? We so proud of you, Dad. I love y'all. Word. But I'm at his studio, Rich Son's studio out here in Strong Island. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of things for me, you know. So I bring him everywhere with me.
That's
you know,
dope.
This is my boy. Yeah, he has no problems. Any idea, anything I'm trying to do, he's on it. You know.
That's what's up. Yeah.
He needs to meet you and all this stuff too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Word.
Of course. But yeah, man. Well, hey, Sugar Bear, thank you for coming through, for being
Yes.
on the show, and we definitely need to talk more, especially about what you got in the archives. So,
Oh yeah, I'm ready. I need that. I need that. I want to start working on this immediately because I feel this Get It Together record that I have in mind has it's going to give a lot of stress off of someone that might be having the mental anxiety going on in their minds, and it's also a message to say we got to stop this bullshit. This shit is bullshit.
Yep.
You know, at the end of the day. You know why we got to bail out? Because this is the work. We didn't feel like that back in the days when we was making records. We was just making records, laughing, having fun.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of that has been lost, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I heard 5 joints mentioned earlier. That's a maxi single, right there. At least.
What was that?
Oh, wait, you mentioned 5 joints.
You were naming like joints that you had earlier, like ready to roll, right?
Chilling,
almost
get together. Yeah. Well,
it's an EP waiting to go, right?
And it's all on cassette deck. All right, it's on cassette. It's all on cassette. So we got to somehow make something happen.
Yeah, we can make it happen. That's all
okay.
Good. Is it? Are they cassette tapes or DAT tapes? Because we can
They're
do either
cassette tapes.
We can do that. That is not a problem.
Let's go.
You can get
Told you.
You did, Jay. You did, Jay.
Yep.
I can never say you got to trick up your sleeve now. you know things. You know what I'm saying? That's not a trick. You knew it. Yeah, so definitely let's link up, man. I want to give a shout out to Freeport, Strong Island, Hempstead, Strong Island, Uniondale, Strong Island, Roosevelt, Strong Island. Thank y'all for your support. To this day, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? My daughter, Kiani, Raquel, Rachel, and my boy Joshua. Word. What'd you say?
Joshua making them beats.
Yeah, Joshua making them beats. Yeah. But yo, it's been a pleasure being on your show, man.
Thank you, Sugar Bear. Appreciate it, man.
Let's do more in the future.
Most
all right?
definitely. Indeed.
One time for your mind.
Hey,
what
real
up?
quick, too. Shout out to Ultra Mag. And
Ultra Mag and the Overlord.
And
you
the
know what I'm
Overlord
saying?
Fresh. Yep.
That's right. people's distinctive channels. I mean, on travels. I told him I was gonna fuck it up on purpose. Because I would say people's distinctive. I would say distinctive people travels. People now. I say I'm gonna fuck it up, but yeah, people's distinctive travels. Word up, those are my boys.
Yep, it's a fantastic podcast, man. I love it. It's great.
It is, and the things that my boy Ultra does on his phone.
Videos, fantastic.
Oh my God, incredible.
Yep, crazy.
But
stuff.
one thing before I leave.
Yeah.
All right, when you go do your Thanksgiving, right? Make sure you got plastic bag and aluminum foil, because people don't like you leaving with food and shit. You know what I'm saying? They be like, we ain't got no more aluminum foil. We ain't got no bag. You outside with a plate, covering the plate and all this. Nah. Have you aluminum foil for Thanksgiving, man.
Thanksgiving tips from Sugar Bear. You heard it here.
No doubt.
It's C-Doc again. All right, bro. Thank you, sir.
Love y'all.
All right. Love you too, bro. Peace.
One.
There we go.
Damn, I must be lucky. I get sent home. I got an aunt and uncle that send me home with food every year.
Take
it, they say. Take it.
Well, it's not. No, it's not. He's not saying that they don't want to give it out, but they run out of bags and aluminum foil, so you take your own.
I thought he said people don't want to give you their food.
Yeah, well,
everybody wants those.
Maybe at his Thanksgiving. I don't know.
There's a little bit of that too.
Yeah. I think he was saying just leave with some extras, because they had extras. Let's be real. It's Thanksgiving.
So anyway, that was the hour and a half intro to this segment. Ain't nothing but a word to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we should probably hear the song when we started.
Yeah, so sticking with the Strong Island theme of the night, we're going to play What Could Be Better by Son of Berserk, featuring No Self Control and the band. This is the radio version. So if you guys know the record, you'll be able to immediately pick out some of the differences.
From selections from the motion picture, not original motion picture soundtrack.
That is right.
Ubi, Daddy Roy, chicken wing. What could be better, B?
Yeah, see, that piano comes in right away, and on the album mix it comes in later.
What could be better?
Yeah, I guess you're right. The album mix.
Yeah.
Or later in the verse. Oh, it's so bang though.
Oh, it's so dope.
I mean, it's kind of better with the. This is hard.
The lyrics still don't rhyme. So.
Hey, I didn't want to say this while Sugar Bear was on or anything. I really cautious ass now. I don't want to sound dumb, but.
Wait, say that again?
Oh.
Sorry, I wanted to ask a question, but I didn't want to say it in front of Sugar Bear necessarily. But I really want to know, who is No Self Control?
Oh,
what? Like, if that's not
that's
the
group.
band,
That's the group. That's the rest of them.
Yeah.
But why is it No Self Control and the band? And it sounds like it's something other than the band.
Okay, and the band was the DJ.
Okay, so No Self Control is everyone not Jawel
exactly.
And, help me.
Yeah, so it was No Self Control was Jawel, or is Jawel, Half Pint, Daddy Raw, and Sandman's no longer with them. But
okay, so it was inclusive for everyone else, because I know that at first they were a group and like whatever. I remember the episode where they discussed one name getting put forward, right?
Yeah.
And Jawel was talking about all that, right? So
Yeah. Yep.
I always was just like, okay, and the band, so it's the band. I don't know. I thought maybe No Self Control was like someone. I don't know.
No. No Self Control is that because when they came back, when Johnny Juice did the second record.
I know that album.
Yeah, I think they dropped the and the band, so it was just Son of Berserk featuring No Self Control.
I think that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That, you know what?
Let's just see if I can get Half Pint, because she's still here.
Oh yeah, Half Pint can clarify.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Come on, Half Pint. You can come on the show and talk
why
to
they got 2 different mixes.
me.
Probably not. I know that's something you kind of have to be like a producer to know, but
Right.
um,
Now I did notice there is something at the. Are we at the end yet?
probably close to
That's different. There's like a little guitar sample or something that's in there that's not on the other version. Yeah. Oh no, okay, it's a synth. I think it's a synth. Yeah. That is I thought that was dope. That was interesting because that's not on the it's not on the album or regular version.
Another thing about this censored soundtrack that's really funny to me. Sex, Money, and Murder by, I guess he's MC Pooh at this point, right?
Okay,
MC
yeah.
Pooh. It's called SM&M on this.
Okay.
But if you listen to the version, the album of the song, it's a re-recorded version, so it's not just bleeps, which is kind of cool. But he says sex, money, and murder plenty. Those 3 words are never censored, but they're censored on the package.
They could print it.
And on top of that, Salt and Peppa's joint, right?
Yeah.
Even on you, right?
Yeah.
They censor the word bone, as in he just wants to bone or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, that's so dumb, right? Bone can't be said. Sex, money, murder can be said.
Right.
The weird stuff about those censored
Well,
albums.
especially back in those times, it was kind of strange. Some of the stuff they would censor, not censored.
Listen, because I used
they have different producers.
Jen would know.
Sitting at the radio station.
Yeah.
If there were so many people that always had radio versions. They knew that they weren't coming to us with anything but.
Yeah.
Right.
But then you would get somebody like Two Live Crew.
Right.
Or whoever it was, even NWA, where we had to. It was a lot of sitting and listening and going. Did he just say what I think he said?
Yes, some of their censored versions were not completely safe.
Right.
That was fun.
Smoke'em says, I must admit, I only know one track by Son Berserk. Well, you gotta check out. You gotta track that down. Berserk. I think it's like the last of the classic sound Bomb Squad albums. If you do,
It's kind of right. It's right at the edge of that Bomb Squad money era, right?
Yep. Where the sound kind of changed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hype style heard that. Oh, at the record store. Yeah, that version.
Oh, okay. I have a theory about the Salt and Pepper joint where it's just like they were too safe, and this was one of their dirtier songs, really. So like, whoever censored it just went overboard, making sure all the anything got cut out, right? So there's Salt and Pepper there. They weren't really gangster,
right? Exactly.
What's that, Jimmy?
Oh yeah.
There was
Chuck says samples.
Yeah. How come all of that was censored, but the ever popular track 15, Yag Fu Front?
Oh yeah. My dick is so large. My dick is so, not juice, but yeah.
Oh, that song. Yeah.
That's how they got to earn their label. They had to earn their label. Their parental advisory label.
But it was not censored ever.
No.
That's funny.
Nope.
Yeah, there's like.
the song's called "My Dick Is So Large." You can't really.
Right.
Yeah, right. Well, so it makes you wonder, like, that snuck in somehow after a deadline, right?
Yeah.
Somebody couldn't take it out.
No. You know what happened?
Well, you should know. What happened?
They got the sticker.
Yeah.
Without track 15, they got the sticker.
And they were like, we didn't even really curse on this record.
I think Damage
we didn't do anything to earn the sticker.
Okay, right.
So now
let's earn the sticker.
Yep. Okay.
So they went in and they made it up on the spot.
Yeah.
Which is
genius. Whoever was listening was like, it's going on the album.
Good. I'm glad it did. Yeah, it should. So they never had a censored version of that album, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they have radio.
What are you going to censor?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, most albums didn't, but like certain artists, and there's like a long history of this. Like LL Cool J albums where you couldn't really tell when you were buying it which one you were getting unless you knew the catalog number difference, which nobody did.
Right.
There's a few examples I have of that where songs are inexplicably edited, but not every song on the album, right? LL comes to mind. Boogie Down Productions did that too, I think. Like
you know what?
Entertainment did that.
Here's an interesting one. Wait, let me grab it.
But
Two Live Crew was tame compared to today's so-called hip hop.
It kind of was, but
it wasn't then though.
On the radio,
it freaked politicians out, dude. They had to have trials. That's how crazy it was.
On the radio, it was something completely different, and I can go back to that stupid story about doing the live remote.
Yeah.
And we opened up the
Henry motherfucking remote. G. Henry motherfucking G. So this is one I always thought was very strange, right? This is the promo advance for Public Enemy's Greatest Misses, right?
Nice.
So you would think it being a promo and an advance going out to radio or whatever, Air Hoodlum on the album, on the release version, is censored. But this version of Air Hoodlum is not. So.
And it's the same track otherwise?
I believe so, yes. It just doesn't have the... I mean, not that Air Hoodlum is a, crazy...
It's not. That's one of those examples, though, where they shouldn't have, like... I think that album even carries a sticker, right? Greatest Misses? Didn't it have the explicit lyric sticker on it? Maybe not. But
might not. Yeah.
I was thinking that was one of those releases where there's one song that's censored, or one out of like 10 fucks gets censored, or one of those kind of things.
Right.
The track itself got censored, but the album didn't.
Right.
Yeah, that happened, man. It was hip hop. The industry wasn't sure what to do with naughty words just yet. That many naughty words.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody was catching heat.
Odd word to draw the line.
You're gonna talk about your favorite Ice Cube song, which is nothing but one long giant.
Yes. So here's
I'm not opposed to.
Go ahead, Nick.
I was just trying to answer this question. I'm not opposed to people, rap artists doing cover versions. There's some good ones out there.
Shit, I've done a bunch. So
it's probably not an easy thing to do, right? Like to take someone else's rap song and make it your own. But it can be done.
No, you kind of do it as an homage. I've done a bunch.
You've done.
Yeah.
Cool. Some really good stuff, actually. It's not even heavily available, but it's out there, man.
Yeah. I did it. I did an homage to. I did Modi's "I Go to Work" as an homage, just because it was a very important, formative song for me as an MC. Yes, indeed.
Pharoah Monch.
You said it.
Pharoah Monch's cover of Terrordome's tight.
Yep.
One of the few that even come to mind. Like there's not
Snoop
a lot.
did Lottie Dottie.
Yeah, that was cool. I guess he kind of made it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at first, but I respect it now, I guess.
Right. I do like, because we also did, and I don't know if any other MCs have done this yet, but we did a handful of covers of songs that weren't rap songs, but had like that kind of cadence. So non-rap songs, and then we did rap covers of those. And we did Six Pack by, oh my God, I'm blanking.
You say Black Flag right now?
Yeah, Black Flag, yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you never heard our cover of Six Pack?
Dude, no, I love Black Flag.
Oh yeah,
I'm punk rock. I'm like the punkest fucker been on your show so far, probably.
Yep. so stuff like that.
I love that. I want to hear that.
Yeah. You got to check it. We did oh God, see, it's been a minute, so I wasn't prepared for this. What's the Springsteen song from Nebraska?
Oh jeez.
Yeah, we did that, and like made a hip hop joint out of it. So
okay, so yeah, I don't know some of these tracks. You're talking Impossibles when you say we, right?
Yeah, the Impossibles. So you go on Block Sonic, Al.
Okay. Yeah, well, I thought I had. Maybe I have this and I'm just forgetting, but I will. I will look.
Yeah, there's a.
Under
it was
right?
No, the Impossibles. But yeah, the Impossibles.
Okay.
The Devils You Know, when we did the EPs
Yes.
that were a companion to that, there was a cover track on each one of those.
Oh, okay. I have that physical box set. I'm one of the few.
Oh, that's right. You do have it. Yes.
And I do. I have heard it, and I'm just forgetting. It's been
you have those.
Okay. I'm going to revisit it.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Black Flag? How don't I remember that?
Yeah. It's got Davey on the Davey Marcus and I on the hook going 6-pack. You know, it's like,
Dude,
yeah.
I can't believe I don't remember that right now. You know what I blame? I blame Blue Diamond Phillips.
Yes. Blame it all on Blue Diamond Phillips.
Blame it on the tweeds.
Yeah.
Anyways, if anybody comes across this and you're into nerdy, like, censored albums like I am, grab it because it's really kind of not easy. I paid $20 online just so I could, like, have this back. My original cassette, by the way, back in the day, I dubbed, put the piece of tape on so you can record it, right? Like, the same thing I did to my Too Short tape, which we talked about the last time.
Yeah.
I recorded the whole soundtrack over on my cassette, just so I didn't have to listen to the censored version anymore.
And it has all the songs, right?
Yeah, it was a track. It's track for track. It's just,
Yeah.
I think the only ones that were re-recorded were Son of Berserk and SM&M, right?
SM&M, right? Sounds like a bad snack.
The rest of them were all just like bleeps and stuff, like Big Daddy Kane and Eric B. Rockham, Juice, Know the Ledge,
right?
Motown Anthem,
right?
Yeah, I think only those two were like re-recorded. Shoot 'em up.
Yeah. Interesting.
Great soundtrack. What a great.
Oh, it is. It's one of my favorites.
And a great.
I don't care for the movie, but I love the soundtrack.
See, that's funny. You told me that once before. I love the movie.
I like half of the movie, and then when it turns into the big stupid chase scene at the end, I'm just like,
I know. I mean, it's overboard at times, but let's be honest.
But the DJ, I'll tell you what though, the DJ stuff, that was like the first time I felt like, like in a narrative film, they really gave DJs props because
DJ
it's like, the battle when he goes into practice. Yeah. Oh, I love the scene when he goes into practice. The way it's shot and edited together, that shit is so dope.
You're right. Remember who hosted the battle?
The Queen. Yep, Queen Latifah.
Yeah. You have Smalls here, a.k.a. Steele.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's always going to be Smalls to me.
And Bishop.
And Bishop, of course.
Yep. Check yourself, Q.
Like, remember what, like, he was Smalls in this. What was the movie? I used to watch it incessantly. The one with Morgan Freeman as the principal, that thing.
Yeah, Lean on Me.
Lean on Me, yes, with the Stetsasonic joint on the soundtrack.
Yep.
About hating school, which kind of messed my head up when I was a little kid. I was like, Stetsasonic doesn't like school?
And
it was not. It was the name of the record was I
Ain't Making It. Daddy-O raps about how he doesn't want to be in school and he hates it. I mean, it's in character. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I was young.
That's a pretty rare Stet song.
It is.
Yeah.
Bring that up next time Daddy-O's on. See what he has to say about it. That'd be an interesting story for Daddy-O.
Right. It was only Odad, right?
I don't know. I don't think he's the only one rapping on it.
And Fuquan. Okay.
Pretty sure Fuquan too.
Yeah.
That was it.
Maybe more. I'd have to play it.
Nope. Daddy-O and Fuquan.
Okay.
Oh,
Jenny,
yeah.
I drove him to the studio when it happened.
Jenny knows.
Oh, shit. Really?
Dylan.
The other cover, since we were talking about covers. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because we did Subterranean Homesick Blues. Chuck's on that one. Yeah.
Hey, that for some reason that reminds me of Chuck's version of Rolling Stones. Honky Tonk Blues.
Yeah. Except he kind of flipped it. But he did do, and this is a very rare one, that you can hear on Rap Station, which is a good segue for that. Check out the Rap Station app. You can download on your iPhone or your Android. But yeah, Rap Station and listen to the stations we have. But on the Enemy radio station, he did a cover that was never released of Curtis Mayfield's oh man, here we go. I'm blanking out again.
Boy, see
Move on up?
that
Does it
coming
move on
in
up?
hard.
No. It was Yeah, I know. It's terrible, man. I'm just like, hang on a second. I will tell you, though. But it's great. It's such a dope cover. And it's a shame that it never, I'm looking in the wrong place. All right, here we go. Shame that it never came out. So.
Well, fucking release it. You have a label.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck are you waiting for? Fucking release it, man.
Snap your fingers and make it happen.
Right. Well, that's up to the man himself. It's his. So,
He's listening.
Yeah. So we need to put that out, Chuck, I guess. Oh, man, it's not there either. Where is that? I know I got it here somewhere. Well, whatever. Anyway, you can listen to it on the rap station.
I will, yeah.
The new music seminar, I don't think so. I don't think it happens anymore.
Look up, Clumsy, look up The Impossibles. Subterranean Homesick Blues by The Impossibles. And it's on blocksonic.com. You can find all that stuff. Anyway, tonight's show, I have a couple of things for you. Tonight's show is brought to you, as always, by the Spit Slam Record Label Group. The Spit Slam Record Label Group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound. And also, while I have everyone's attention, I'm going to do another shameless plug, and this is for my new film that is coming out early next year. So here's the trailer that we just dropped over the weekend for the new HWIC Filmworks joint, Locked In.
Can somebody just tell me what the hell is happening?
We don't know. We're all just waking up. Is there anything you know? Like, do you remember anything?
I think I was kidnapped.
Where's Locke? Locke? Oh, you mean my husband?
Hold up. You better stop right there before you say some shit you gonna regret. Regret?
Damn, shit getting real.
No, it's not a horror movie. It's a little intense, though.
That's dope.
Mystery thriller kind of thing. But yeah, that'll be on Tubi next year. Hopefully first quarter or so. So just wanted to share that with everyone out there. And Jennifer.
Playing now,
Yes, sir.
On Tubi.
What was that?
Scam Likely's on there now. That's how
Yes.
Tubi.
My most recent movie that is out, Scam Likely, is on Tubi. Yes, there's some other films as well. Jennifer, who do we have next week?
Next week would be none other than DJ Flash.
DJ Flash out of NC, the Justice League.
Yes, sir.
Yep, gonna be another great show. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Everybody watching on the replay, if you enjoy the show, please like and subscribe. And check out all the other stuff we got on Channel Zero. Like I said before, we got that new Stetsasonic video. Got that new Impossibles 5x5. As well as a wealth of other things and other episodes of It's C-Doc again. Plenty of interviews and interesting stuff. So like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. There's my Instagram there, The Davey J Show. Nack's on there. Jen's on there. Spit Slam Records on there. And yes, new Stets. Yeah,
yes,
it is wow.
It is wow.
It is wow. Yep, definitely. So, my co-host Jennifer, Knack, thank you guys. Appreciate you being here. And we will do it again next week. We will see everybody then on It's C-Doc again.